So right now at 5:30, some brand new polls just came out this week. We've been highlighting those as the campaigning continues all across Connecticut. Right now, we do want to take a deeper dive into some of the big political headlines. Joining us again is Dan Haar with Hearst Connecticut Media. Dan, always good to see you. Thanks for being here today.
Great to be here.
All right, let's start with this new poll from Quinnipiac. It's what, 17-point lead for both Governor Lamont and Senator Blumenthal, right?
Yeah, it's a little surprising, not surprising on the Blumenthal lead over Leora Levy. A little bit surprising, larger than we expected to see, or many of us expected to see, on the governor's race for Lamont over Bob Stefanowski.
What do you think this does in the weeks leading up to the election, which is really not too long away from right now? Does it change people's minds? People's minds are made up at this point, pretty much, right?
Well, that was one of the numbers in the poll. In the Quinnipiac poll, there were very few people undecided, and that's surprising because we're not getting cold weather until tomorrow. Usually you get people making up their mind. I saw, get your coat out for tomorrow, temperature in the 50s. That's when people get serious about politics in an election year. But no, it's a very large number of people decided. I think people, because of the bifurcation, the polarization of politics, people have their minds made up earlier these days.
I thought Bob Stefanowski's response to it, he was, pretty direct, saying that he didn't believe it. Leora Levy had almost an amusing response, in a sense, calling out what she referred to as Quinnipiac's history, I'm paraphrasing here, of incorrect polling.
Quinnipiac did overweight Democrats in the 2020 cycle, Joe Biden specifically. They're a well-regarded poll. They are A-, which is a pretty good number from 538. So they've corrected some of that. Polls can't all be right, and a lot of people were wrong in 2020. But I'm sorry, 2016, yeah. I should say. But getting back to the Stefanowski versus Lamont, Bob Stefanowski has a path to victory here, and that is if Ned Lamont's largely urban supporters don't come out, Bob Stefanowski can win because notably he's ahead in the independent vote. Leora Levy has less of a path to victory. I was, again, surprised by the fact that they were both the same size. Bob Stefanowski is saying his internal polling shows that he's much closer, and that may be true.
Now, they're both, Governor Lamont and Bob Stefanowski, will be speaking tomorrow at a conference, right?
Yes, CBIA, Connecticut Business and Industry Association. They will be talking about their economic plans, which by now we've all gone over in great detail. There will be no surprises in what they say. Governor Lamont will say, we've made great strides. We have further to go. Bob Stefanowski will say, people are struggling in Connecticut with inflation and taxes. Both men are right. The question is, how's the economy doing? And how people feel will determine how they vote. So far, the numbers say they're with Lamont.
All right, Dan Haar, good to see you again. Thank you very much for being here this afternoon. We appreciate your time.
Good.
Just a reminder.
Great to be here. We'll keep watching.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to read about you as well because you write for all kinds of places. You write about politics for Hearst Connecticut Media. You can read his columns on ctinsider.com and in the New Haven Register, Connecticut Post, Middletown Press, and all the other local Hearst newspapers.